Welcome back to Market Pros. All right, so here we got Bitcoin on Bybit on the daily. So here on the daily, our RSI is in the bearish control zone. We are below the signal line. We're actually still working our way down. So the MACD, we are below the zero line. Our negative momentum is increasing. We are below the signal line. It looks like we were trying to get above it a few times, but struggled and just resumed down. So we're just kind of contracting into it, but staying on the downside. So your vol is expanding from a very low, the dark blue signal here. So consolidated all the way. And now it looks like it's going to start to pick up. So I expect this last move to be pretty nice. This last low and basically this diagonal trend line right here is basically our next support. If that breaks, I think we come down to the 35 region. We've been talking about that for a while. Your moving averages all have negative slopes. Looks like your 21 already crossed your 100. Your 50's coming up to cross the 100. So if it breaks that last low and this diagonal support, I would see that 50 crossing that 100. And I definitely think that would lead us down to 35, if not a little lower. And then the lowest point that I'm looking at is anywhere from basically 32,500. Let's go ahead and make this box smaller, because I don't think it would go down to 30K, to be honest. We're going to go with 32 to 34. So the purple box would be, the last line of support that I'd be looking at. I really don't think it would fall below there. Honestly, I think it'll hold 35, but we could possibly get a wick down to this purple region. So yeah, let's move on down to the 8-hour. So on the 8-hour, your RSI still in the bearish control zone. We are below the signal line. We need to get back above 38,665 in order to cross that signal line and get out of the bearish control zone. Your MACD fresh cross to the downside of the signal line. This is on the 8-hour. We will continue falling as long as we're below 38,682, and we need to get back above 38,986 in order to cross that signal line back up to the upside. Let's see. We got a far away before we cross the zero line at like 43,500. Vol is still contracting. Looks like we're gonna head down probably to this area right here. So we might have some more ranging to go. I mean, we could come all the way down to here and then still get a bounce. But unless we get back above this last high, all it's going to be is a lower high. So then you have your 21 and your 50 right here. Those are going to be major resistance levels. Let's go down to the 4-hour. Okay, so zooming in on the 4-hour, all your moving averages have negative slopes. They are pretty fanned out. I mean, basically the same distance except for the 200. 200 takes, a lot longer to catch up. So once again, bearish control zone below the signal line. No divergences to be aware, actually. Nope. Okay. So MACD looks like it is a fresh cross to the downside. Negative momentum is kind of flat right now, but you do have two dark red bars right here, so it could pick up pretty quickly. Your vol is in the upper zone. Well, it's coming down to the lower zone, but still pretty decent vol. We'll find out. I mean, if it just comes down to here and then, gets a bounce, it could still range out here for a second. We'll find out. Let's go down to the 1-hour, and then we're going to talk about validation and invalidation levels. So all your moving averages have negative slopes. pretty pretty even space between them, which, you know, means it's pretty healthy trend. RSI, bearish control zone. Let's see here, below the signal line, testing the signal line right now. Need to get back above 38,345. So basically right where we're at. It's going to decide whether we cross it to the upside or get rejected. Let's see here, MACD. Same thing, testing the signal line. You know, what happens in the next couple candles is going to decide which direction this goes on the very short term. Vol is in the lower zone. So validation of the upside. To get back above this 200 in this purple box. If we can do that, I think we would at least come back up to this previous high, possibly break it at 40K. 40K is basically the line in the sand that I'm looking at. If we can get back above 40K, I would get bullish again. Right now, I am not bullish. I'm going to put this alert down here. Right here at, actually, it would be like 42, basically $40,300. And yeah, so then validation of the downside, like I was saying, would be to break this last low. And then I think we would come down to this area in between somewhere around 37. And then if that breaks, that's when I think we head down to this region. So basically, if this purple box breaks, I think we come all the way back down to 35. Possibly a wick down to this purple zone. So those are my thoughts for Bitcoin. If you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel. Check out our Discord. The link is in the description below. And everyone have a great morning, great afternoon, great evening, and I will see you in the next one.